I just rock big pearls. Who that girl? Sit on that wet. Who that? With the baddest on the net. Who that? Network going south. Who that? Booty shaking on the west. Who that? Sit on that wet. Who that? With the baddest on the net. Who that? Network going south. Who that? Booty shaking on the west. Who that? Who that girl? I'm a big boss with a big chain. Got my own money. Damn, she fine. Popping like glass. What's her name? All the way to the top. Pop on the scene. I'm lit like lean. Princess Diamonds, baby, I'm a queen. He want me to tap in, but I'm busy stacking. He think he a player, but I know we mackin'. My best friend Rich, she own a yacht. When we on vacation, spend a lot. Seafood, caviar, pop. Yeah, I see you, but I'm way too hot. Sit on that wet. Who that? With the baddest on the net. Who that? Network going south. Who that? Booty shaking on the west. Who that? Sit on that wet. Who that? With the baddest on the net. Who that? Network going south. Who that? Booty shaking on the west. Who that? Make it rain. Everybody know my name. When I pull up, I'm famous. Make it shake, fast like a train. When I'm on, I'm dangerous. When I walk in, they like who that? Pulled up with a big bag, real fat. When I'm dropping in the Hellcat, no, I ain't gonna stop till I'm on the map. Just did my hair, look at my fit. Look in the mirror, I'm that chick. Like ice cream, I got the drip. Yeah, we gonna party like a girl's trip. Sit on that wet. Who that? With the baddest on the net. Who that? Network going south. Who that? Booty shaking on the west. Who that? Sit on that wet. Who that? With the baddest on the net. Who that? Network going south. Who that? Booty shaking on the west. Who that?
I like it when the bass go. We are live, guys. Hello, everybody. Back on the channel. We had quite a journey today. First we were on this channel, witnessing the 2-0, just curb stomping. That's just what happened, let's be honest here. Then we had a bit more of a banger series, in the last series with the Foxnyr Finest team. And now I'm back, and it's the first duo cast of the day. Crincy, hello, sir.
Yeah, welcome also from my side. I feel very welcomed here, of course, on the stream of Foxnyr Esports, and of course, the honor of me to cast the main team. I'm very, very grateful for that. And I mean, the main team had quite a run so far, right? I mean, 6 games, 6 wins, and they definitely do not want to stop today.
Oh yeah, definitely. They already, how do you say it? They're already warm, I'd say. I don't know. I'll just ask you. If you had a series. Do you think, would you like to play 4 games a day? I mean, just for the protocol, they played at 5 o'clock, they played their 2 games in almost under an hour, by the way. 1 hour, 1 minute was the entire stream, I think. So, do you think they could potentially be a bit, like tired or anything? Or do you think it's just even better to already be on fire, and you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta answer this double question right away, right? I mean, for me personally, I'm a very low energy person. I would definitely feel tired after one series. On this team, I think they could feel tired after a long best of 2 for sure. But I mean, you just now addressed it, right? It was a 1 hour, 1 minute best of 2 series. And
Yeah.
I don't think they are tired at all from that one. And even if it would have been a bit longer, I think that would be not so big of an issue.
Perfect. Yeah, that's just how it is sometimes. I mean, I personally always think, maybe you can get a bit tired. You see where I'm going, right? I'm trying to look for reasons why they may be a bit tired and why they may drop the game. But honestly, if it keeps on going like the way it does, it was an 8-0 quali phase, maybe now it's an 8-0 start into the series, into the Prime League division. Ah, man, yeah, it's looking good.
Definitely is looking good. I mean, I gotta say to the opponents, we gotta pay all respects to them. It's Purple Emperor Lizard, and they are also 3-1 so far. So maybe like with this very small sample size, of course, you could maybe say that they are on the stronger end of the teams we win this Division 5. However, I mean, we gotta address the elephant in the room as well, right? I mean, this team might be a tiny bit overqualified for Division 5, right? I mean, I see Servus is in the lineup. Earlier this year, when I casted him in Prime League, he was promoting from Division 3 to Division 2, and now he's playing in Division 5. That might just be, I mean, I addressed it in the review already, right? It's a bit like Max Verstappen after winning Formula 1 when he had to get his driver's license.
Yeah, that's just a really, really good way to think about it. Just imagine, or I can also, every time I'm watching an action movie or something, I'm feeling like, do they have the license for their guns? Do they have professional training? Of course not. Maybe imagine just becoming the world's hero with, I don't know, bow and arrow, your guns, whatever. And then after that, you finally have to do a test, or else you have to, I don't know, pay a penalty, or I don't know how that works. I'm Swiss, by the way, where we are the second country in the world with like gun laws and stuff, next to America. Small fun fact here.
Either way, I just gotta say what I just now made with the analogy. There's like a bit of a silver lining to that. I mean, look at Piosek, for example, right? He is the reigning world champion, then he went to North America, and he failed to win both splits over there. So it's not always as easy as it may look initially. So even players like Cerberus, players like Inspire, players like Brook, players like Stifler, who are very experienced, under Nexus as well, of course, while it might look easy on paper, it's not always as easy as it looks like.
Exactly. You still need to be focused. You still need to be ready. Again, that's what I was playing at. They had the longer weekend so far. Of course, I'm not questioning their endurance at all. I think they are ready and they got it. But who knows? Maybe this is the chance for, as you said, another team that is looking quite strong so far. They only lost a single game. So who knows? And by the way, what do you think about blue and red side? Because we as Foxnyr are on red side this game.
I just gotta say, like, historically, blue side looks a tad stronger. I personally always prefer wet side because I just like this part of the draft where you have the first double pick, you have the last pick overall. I'm a top lane main. I like an R5 counter pick, despite me personally not really using it, but you can just go into the matchup and you just know it's at least a half decent one, right? And also like this part of the draft where you have like R3 pick, then the bans, and then you get to pick again first. It is actually so detrimental. Sometimes, depending on the patch, what's strong and what isn't strong, it doesn't really mean much. And the stats, of course, don't lie. Currently, it definitely shows some blue side favoritism. But gotta say, also making a small look back to Worlds today, right? T1 played wet side all 3 games today, and they somehow made look wet side. They made it look really overpowered, I think.
I mean, honestly, in the end, the difference is really, really small. I mean, there are a lot of other games, like, I don't know, you can go all the way through esports, it can be Smash, it can be Valorant, it can be whatever, so, some stages or some maps or whatever they are called in the respective titles, they are always a bit favored. I feel like in League, of course, one side will always have a teeny bit better win rate, but I think it is a really, really balanced discussion that we are having. And talking about balance and talking about the sides, we are going into our third champ select of today.
Yeah, that we are, and we already see the start of it with the Lilia button being taken away. So Cerberus doesn't get to play that one. Was one of his favorite champions in the past, along with, of course, when I think about Cerberus, I think about picks like Wenger, I like the Kindred, and apparently recently he also started to pick something like the Briar. So he's definitely by now a very
Really?
well-rounded
Yes.
jungler, and the enemy team seems to respect it as they already banned 2 junglers right away.
You have not seen the first series, have you?
I didn't. I had work to do.
Okay. So, in the first game, Cerberus played Lilia, and in the second game, the opposition picked Lilia, first pick even, and then he answered with Rengar. And, I doubted it a little bit. I always think if you can just CC down a Rengar, it doesn't matter how many kills he has, but he made this pick look like it's absolutely broken, I can tell you so much.
Yeah, so he made Lilia broken in the first game and made it look underpowered in the next one. That's definitely something a strong jungler apparently can do in Division 5. And I mean, that's also just speaks volume to how strong jungle as a role is right now, right? 4 jungle bans already in first rotation. And Orianna gets through the pick and ban phase, and that is, of course, first picked by the side of Purple Lizards. Understandably, of course, because Orianna in general very strong right now, and also the most played pick by Inspire in solo queue.
Yes, picking it away, and of course, I feel like Orianna was always in a good spot, and then, get her some indirect buffs, get her some small direct buffs, nerf some other mid laners, like Nico nerfs, and Aurelion was strong, gets nerfed and stuff like that, and suddenly you have an A tier, if not S tier mid laner, super many options. What you want to do with Orianna. She can peel, she can engage, she can follow up, she can kind of do everything. I know another AD carry that can do one thing really good, and that is hyper scaling.
Yeah, that's the Jinx locked in for the side of Foxnyr, and it's current patch Jinx, so not the world's patch, it's a bit further in the future for that, as we are calling it the present. Jinx is very broken right now. I mean, the Get Excited passive just keeps getting attack speed for your champion. If you manage to get a reset or 2 in those fights, the Jinx just keeps hitting. It breaks the attack speed cap and gets to like 5 attacks per second in the worst case, and that's why she's so strong on this patch. And was just a gamble that Foxnyr was willing to take, giving away the Orianna, but getting the Jinx in return. And we know Inspire, he can also just play Lux. It's fine.
Yeah, I have also seen a Lux so far. Honestly, it's kind of a deja vu moment for me right now. I have seen Vice today, I have seen Ashe bans, but not Ashe picks, and I remember our team banning the Ashe in the second ban rotation, and this time Ashe will get through. Crincy, do you think Ashe is like a really good pick right now, or where is Ashe in the current meta?
I think it's a decent pick for sure. I mean, we saw today, it can be even played in the support role apparently, and just in general, a good utility AD carry, right? Bringing all the vision, bringing the slows with it, and the wells being locked in by the side of Foxnyr. Could still be a flex, right? Could go jungle, but could also go for the support position for them. I actually wouldn't hate it to go jungle, because then you could still pick something like the Melio for support, and just that, because it works well with Jinx, and also have worked well with the Ashe, to deny a potential Ashe Melio bot lane.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, hey, you said you're a top laner. Is there a world where you see Rel top lane into certain matchups, or is that just me daydreaming?
That's you daydreaming for sure. I don't see
Ah,
well top
man.
lane really working. Maybe a little bit if you played like Ignite Sejuani top lane. I mean, you're of course no Sejuani in and out, but maybe that could work with the kill pusher going around. But once you go in, you can't go out anymore with Well, similarly to what Sejuani would do. And if you just lose kill pusher, you would fall off like a stone in the late game. So I think the pick is just too risky to pick in general. However, though, Brook is a former support main and he definitely can play well, so it would not be like completely out of the ordinary if well, top lane is a thing that he would pick it.
I see, I
But I
see.
think he
So
won't.
I can keep on daydreaming, you know, maybe they will do some crazy flex Roni. Of course, they are also in the red side spot that we talked about. That means they could potentially flex it around with their last pick that they have as an option. But honestly, with the Sion, yeah, I think this Rel is going to be support and jungle. One of those two, and they're leaving it open even. I like it a lot.
I don't hate it, I just gotta say it. I mean, I would have picked support here and just saved it for the R5 for a potential pick. And now we see it already, right? Melio is covered. It could be the lock-in for the side of the Purple Lizards. And I think that would be a very strong response for their side.
Oh, no.
And they get Showmaker's favorite champion, of course, with the Cassandra lock-in there. The tank, who's also a bruiser and definitely destroys other tanks like he is a full-on fighter. That is what Cassandra can do. And also a very good backline threat if he gets access to the Lux, to the Jinx maybe. So that's definitely something that Foxnyr Esports needs to hold out for. And maybe pick some more protection for their side. Maybe a Fresh, maybe Tam Kench, something like that could work out for their side. And the Nautilus will actually be their last champion. So even more lockdown for the enemy team.
Yeah, it's like how much engage and follow up and lockdown do we want? And the answer was pretty much yes. Everybody on the lineup is like, yeah, I mean, you know, we can fit in the Ashe, we need some more CC. We can fit in the Nautilus, we actually need some more CC. But yeah, jokes aside, we will finally learn, will Rel be in the... Oh my god, I'm so happy. Crincy, I'm so happy. I am hyped to lose control like Briar is going to.
Yeah, we are locked in, be it for Cerberus here at the last pick. So that means we will have well support, which is of course an okay matchup against Nautilus, I would say. I mean, they both kind of do the same thing, right? I still would have not hated it if they picked something like a Fresh or Tam Kench to protect the Jinx. This is a bit more on the riskier side, but also just more on the volatility side in general, right? They snowball much harder, but if they do some mistakes in the early game, or just the Jinx not having a good game, it could just go back down south the other way. So this is definitely up for an exciting game with this draft that just has finished.
Oh, definitely. I'm so looking forward. Could this even be a lethality Briar just one-shotting everything? Just, I mean, if you haven't checked out my Twitter yet, it is either random stuff or a Briar clip. I feel like I'm either not playing League or I'm playing Briar, you know, there's no in between right now. Like, a lot of other champions are also fun, of course, but Briar has a really special place in my heart. And I see Cerberus is also a appreciator of the fine arts of not doing anything, you know, of just letting the champion pilot itself. Where do you see Briar in the meta right now? Because she did get like a small nerf every patch.
There's an answer you probably won't like. I have absolutely no idea. This is the first time getting to class Briar. I mean, and I think she's on the stronger side by now because I mean she was released and was like super underpowered apparently. Then she got like a hotfix buff I think, and then she was like already up in the top win rates. Or even without that, she already climbed quite a bit. Yeah, then yeah, people found out how to play the champion, and apparently it's very strong. I have played a little bit in bot games, so I know how the champion roughly feels because I do it with every champion in general. I think with going from that, she feels very good to play if you have a bit of attack speed actually, which is something that most players don't know. So I guess they know better than me, and this is why I would personally prefer more like the Gore Drinker, Black Cleaver kind of builds, but lethality of course is also very exciting, and yeah, the one-shot potential definitely there. Something like the Orianna or an Ashe could be a very easy target for a certain death.
I mean, never forget, she has insane amounts of armor shred. Of course, it got nerfed, just like everything else in her kit. And it's not 28% anymore, it's only you know, it's only 20%, and together with Black Cleaver, that's still an absurd amount. When I look at a tank and he has like 300 armor or something, I know I can shred him down to like 100 something, you know, and that's
Yeah,
pretty
150.
powerful.
Yeah. Lose half the armor, definitely nice to have. And also, she is a bit like Drain tanky, right? If you don't kill her, she absolutely will kill you because she just keeps healing off. I mean, she doesn't really have health regen in her kit, which is her unique selling point, kind of in the negative way. But she just heals so much as long as she applies those bleedings to the enemy champions. And I mean, a tank can't really do much against her in that situation. So definitely something where she
Exactly.
excels in. And yeah, definitely a champion to watch out for. The ultimate, however, is like a very hard skill shot to hit, if I remember correctly. So let's see if Cerberus is up to the task there. He needs very good hands for this one.
Also, you have to remember something. The ult is absolutely crucial in a sense. If you hit somebody with your W, right, you can still redirect who you're going to chase down and auto attack with your other skills. However, with your ult, there is no way to swap targets. I mean, if you want to swap targets, you have to use your E to get out of your ult, and then your ult was just kind of wasted. Some finishing thoughts on it, though. I know some matchups like Akali are absolutely unplayable because Akali goes into Shroud and you just run away randomly, you know, and she 5-point strikes you, and then you see her again, you walk towards her again, she goes invisible again, you run away again, and you have no control over it, right? But I feel like in this draft, she makes a lot of sense. And now the question is, you know, to talk about the entire draft really quick as well, why does she make sense? Because it is just a front-to-back, all-in, engaged wombo-combo teamfight, you know? No sneaky stuff, no, again, weird invisible things. It's just, I think, a very honest draft from both sides, right?
It absolutely is. No invisibility, you already mentioned it, and it's not like the Akali matchup where you can like be like a dog who's chasing his own tail. Is what I would go with there on this side of things. As we know, into the Rift, see of course the matchup's not really that good even. If you consider like side against Cassandra, you gave away the Orianna, but just such good comfort champions on the side of Foxnyr Esports, and they can definitely show up with those ones and be absolute menace in the mid to late game, especially like the Bria is the one I'm looking forward to, because this is kind of the linchpin of the competition in my opinion. If the Jinx doesn't get rolled in, the Bria definitely has to.
100%. So guys, again, a really warm welcome onto the Rift. Of course, we are looking forward to have a good last series of the day, you know, best of two series as we like to call it. I mean, it's kind of a weird format in Prime League, right? But we are going to play our last two games so far today. This team is 2-0, and the entire side of Foxnyr, together with the finest team, they are 3-1. I mean, the finest team went 1-1, if I remember correctly. But of course, we are casting the main team, and they are looking to extend their lead, because so far their season, they are looking absolutely stunning, absolutely wonderful, not a single loss so far. And let's see if the Lizards can change anything about it.
And you mentioned a very important point there. Only team in the group are, I mean, you said they were the teams without the loss. They are also the only team in the group without the loss. The second place team already has 3 of those, so with them going up 2-0 here, they are not almost mathematically like in playoffs. Definitely not too far away from them. As you can see, the bot lane cheese.
What is happening on bot lane? The cheese! And this is the flash traded for Brook's teleport. Crinzy, I think this is absolutely worth it.
Absolutely right. I mean, it's not just a flash of the clans blown by the side of Freyon. You expected to be for that, but also Freyon being chunked like 100 to 5% HP, definitely worthwhile as well. I mean, she already needed to recall off of that one, and is losing an entire wave right now. Jinx well, a very strong push at the level 1, and already going for bot platings, maybe even at the second minute there. That's definitely worth to use Sion like this.
Oh my god. Sion will never stop to amaze me, honestly. Sometimes he starts in the jungle with some weird openings. And now this just shows you how strong they are. But oh man, talking about being strong, Inspire in the mid lane has to burn his flash even. And Taser there 13, he's looking quite strong. Maybe this is the weak point that the Lizards need to use.
It might be. I mean, speaking about what we see in paper, that's actually not the case. if there would be a weak link, I hate to say it, but it would be Brook because he's still top lane and his opposition is actually ahead in LP of him. And Brook so far mostly just played Redaction and Na in the top lane, as far as I could tell from his solo queue record. As you will see the bot lane, not much happening with the Ashe, not with. They are a sticky competition though.
Okay, now mid lane is where the action is at. Cerberus dropping kinda low, will flash away, but will Taser try to find the kill here? He has to watch out, because if Cerberus has his Blood Frenzy back again, he might be able to get away, or... yeah, okay, he is able to get away, so that is good enough for us. 0-0 so far, not much happening.
Yeah, not much happening over there. It was a very ambitious dive, I just gotta say, from Cerberus, going under the turret, while Baumi is also on the mid lane for his own gank, and they just try to backline dive on the other side, respectively, but no kill happening there is a bit of a miracle, I gotta say. And this going the way like this is probably fine for both teams, and I'm not sure if you want to land that hook.
Oh my god, on bot lane, Potro is dropping super low, and there Stifler will get the kill with his Zap. And of course, now Baumi also there, but too late to find anything.
And that was a very ill-guided hook by the side of Potro in the bot lane. And congrats, you hit the hook, but you shouldn't have hooked in the first place over there. The well-engaged is a counter-engage to your own. It's just better. The Jinx can lock you down with her own flame chompers, and just an easy way to get excited instead of Stifler. And that's the first kill of the game. A lot of gold into the pockets of that hyper carry.
Oh, meanwhile, top lane, I can't stop but think a bit about this Sion first pick and asking myself, was this the correct decision? We will see what will happen on this top lane. Meanwhile, of course, on the other side of the map, you are talking about it. Stifler looking real strong. And I think the win con is kind of unlocked at this point. Do you think they will go for the Dragon on spawn?
Looks like they aren't. I mean, so far, why you want bot lane, you still don't really have a priority situation over there. As mid lane, there will be a kill. It will just be Inspire taking over Taser. The very good roam coming up on the side of Under Nexus. With that, they might just go for the Drake a bit earlier. But what my point was following. Jinx, of course, winning lane from that kill from earlier. But still, I mean, the Ashe Lotus lane needs to be respected. They have a very easy way to secure control over the wave. And that's what happened over there. She's just stuck under the turret for now. And getting to farm and get all those juicy Carl stacks.
Yeah, it's looking really good right now. Again, the only thing that I'm a bit scared of is the Kaysonte. I'm always coming back to it right now. Do you think Kaysonte has the potential to completely take over this game if nothing happens on top lane? Or do you think I'm worrying too much?
I think in general it can happen. I think it just won't happen though, because I mean we already see there is something happening on the other side of the map, and the other side of the map is just accelerating too fast for top lane to matter right here. I mean, that's just a total problem in general, of course. Top lane not really mattering in the game is something that many people complain about, and that could be the case here. Even if K'Sante is slightly winning the top matchup, I mean, the Lux is ahead, the Jinx is ahead, K'Sante can maybe get one out of those two carries in a team fight and just all out them and just bonk into the face and get the kill, but probably not both of them. And even if that would happen, which is the worst case scenario for Foxnyr, of course, they still would have Cerberus on the Briar who can probably do something in those team fights, and getting all three threats is a bit too much, I gotta say.
Yeah, that is true indeed. And of course, by the way, I want to talk about the Doran's blade. It is purely overstated right now, there's no other way to put it. And indeed, Cerberus is looking to buy one of those babies in the jungle. What do you think about that tech?
This is a very new mechanic that you basically addressed, right? Just a new change, basically, from the last patches, right? Dorans are very strong items right now, so it's actually worth it to get it in the jungle and sell it later on. So just you have a lot of combat stats, or even a small buff to the jungle clear itself in the early game, which is something that you can use to just pull ahead of the enemy jungler if he doesn't go for the same decision, which is Baumi now doing on the side of the Purple Lizard. So let's see if Cerberus can actually close that small CS gap in the jungle and maybe actually pull off far ahead of him with that change alone.
Exactly, and of course you're a bit stronger in the team fights or the other small skirmishes that will happen again and again. So, of course, I really like that tech. Until the first Mythic is finished, you're always going to be a little bit stronger. And you know what? It also helps with your first Dragon clear, and that is exactly what Cerberus is up to right now.
Yeah, they are. I mean, just now the bot lane wave control was established. That's why Stifler and other Nexus can join for this one, and it's very safe to go for this dragon. Baumi not really interested in contesting this one. He actually goes for a smart decision, I gotta say, because he knows there's no fight happening anyway, and no favorable fight happening anyway. So he just goes for the cross map play and secures himself the Rift Herald, which, especially like compared to the first wave, is a very decent objective.
Exactly, the first dragon. I mean, both objectives got nerfed a little bit, so both objectives are worth a bit less, you know, that's just how it is. Oh man, I'm always looking at top side, and I'm always, you know, my heart is skipping a beat, I can tell you that much. And yeah, but meanwhile, Baumi did the smart thing, and he went for the cross-map play. Meanwhile, Cerberus is getting caught in the shockwave. He's trying to get out, but no chance, my friend. Cerberus, he took more than he can chew.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not Cerberus being a bit on the happy gaming side. I mean, he has 3 heads, so maybe he can just sacrifice one of those and just give away his life over there. Luckily for Foxnyr, the kill actually going to the Nautilus, who cannot do too much with it. Gotta say though, especially early on, kills for supports are quite decent, as you can finish their first item, which is mostly their only item in the game, quicker with that one. So it actually is quite a big blunder from Cerberus, I gotta say. But this alone, of course, won't change the fate of the game too much. As here we see Baumi actually sneaking away the red buff. That's actually maybe even the more costly thing on the side of Foxy, that they lost this red buff.
Exactly, of course, if you die you cannot farm, and if you cannot farm you will lose some farm to the enemy jungler, and now Potro is here again, but also Under Nexus is here in this situation. They are again kind of fighting over nothing. There is the ultimate here, and Potro is trying to go away. They're trying to lock down the Briar, but all my eyes are on Cerberus right now. He's going in, he's getting ulted. Schnutel going all out here and killing Cerberus. They are shutting him down so well, and the Lizards, they are doing really good to come back into this game.
They absolutely are. I mean, lanes aren't really going too good for them, but this skirmish was actually a very decent sight that we just saw from them. As Cerberus dies again, he goes in, doesn't really have the damage to finish off anyone, and the Ashe ultimate, something that almost even hit. It could have been way worse for the side of Foxnyr Esports there, as we see in the mid lane, in the bot lane, very dominating for the side of the Foxnyr Esports. Almost 4 plates already done in the bot lane, and in the mid lane we saw, right, the binding was hitting, ultimate as a follow-up, very easy to hit as well. At the Jinx rocket, just to scout someone, I guess.
Hey, who connects here? But do you really want to go that deep? Potro, we also have to keep in mind, yes, he does have Aftershock, but man, after this wears off and his shield goes down, he is so squishy, he's almost dead just from that one hook.
Yeah, very lucky for him to survive in this situation. That the hard engage was definitely very strong. And Jinx, of course, we know she's pretty farmed. The Kraken Slayer already ramping up her damage numbers. That was just barely enough not to make it for the kill. As I mean, despite the small skirmishes that went the wrong way, it's still a very dominating lane phase, as I addressed earlier, for Foxnyr Esports. 2000 gold ahead. The first break they also got. And I really wonder where this Rift Herald is going for instead of Bobby, because currently he isn't really finding an opening to use it.
Oh, definitely. And you also have to keep in mind, he won't have too much longer to really look for a good opening. He just has to set it at one point, and yeah, that's... Herald is kind of a win more thing, and at this point they have to win something first, and of course they are not looking bad again. You know, there's 2 kills on Cerberus, I mean, you know, 2 kills on him to deaths in that regard. It is looking decent, but you said it, Quincy. The lanes, yeah, they are just looking decent, and that's just not enough right now to find a good place for this Herald. So I'm really wondering how much longer can Baumi wait, how much more cooldown does the Herald have?
A very interesting question for sure. As we see, there's a bit more time, of course, until it can happen again. So a bit of breathing room from the side of Foxnyr Esports. As here we see Brook catching the next wave, or getting a few CS. He's actually ahead in CS against the Xantive, which is very respectable in my opinion, as that was a matchup that we were kind of worried about a little bit. As the next binding hit in the mid lane, Inspire showing that he definitely has champion proficiency. The Herald charge, however, will land. And guarantee some plating money for the side of Taser.
Ooh,
there
the
in the mid lane.
rocket will hit Taser. He even flashes, but why are you flashing? You're dead either way. Potro also not finding a way to get out of here. Meanwhile, Stifler finds the bot lane turret, and again, this just looks great for Foxnyr.
Absolutely, I mean, winning two sides of the map at the same time. Mid lane with the kill, Rocket also landing for some nice extra damage. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Stifler also getting the turret. And all the platings as well at the first turret bonus, which explodes his gold lead all of a sudden to 3,500 gold. Stifler definitely putting in some work.
Oh man, talking about putting in work, meanwhile on top lane, Inspire is getting yeeted across the wall, and Schnutel, he knows I have to do something. He can trade Flash with Flash, but that is just not enough right now. Oh my god, Inspire, he's looking for the final spark to find a lot of damage here.
Absolutely, and Nettis Xander would have been... never mind, he wasn't all out actually, that's why he took so much damage. And he was very close to dying there. One more E auto-attack combination for the side of Inspire, and it would have been the kill. And he lands another binding, he don't miss. It just... Inspire on Lux is just a different thing apparently. 3 platings however being taken on top lane for the side of purpley lizards. So it's definitely something, but they still are fighting back, however. 3,000 gold down, also 2 drakes for now. It will be an ocean soul, so not the end of the world for their side, and that's one of the weaker souls, I dare say. But definitely, it's Foxnyr Esports showing why they're maybe a bit overqualified for Division 5.
I mean, honestly, you are statistically completely right, but man, I personally love Ocean Drake. If you are under Nexus, Cerberus or Brook, and sometimes you just have to face tank Baumi or Schnutel, and while fighting you have some more HP regen, I think it is, of course, one of the weaker dragons, you're completely right, but it is still a great dragon soul to have in this game, and to basically make sure you cannot ever lose a clean front to back, because the front line will just be unkillable. And even if you find a really good all out on Schnutel's side, or a really good wombo, you have to finish off the backline from Foxnyr in just one quick combination of burst. If you cannot do that, they will just heal up again. So honestly, I feel like if we see the Ocean Soul in 8 minutes, it is kind of a death sentence for the Lizards.
Might be, but it might just be either way, because every soul is strong, right? I think to me, just personally, in my opinion, Ocean Soul is like the 5th best soul, and they are 6 souls, so definitely on the lower end of things, as we see here in the bot lane. The split pushing Lux definitely doing some work. Just lands the binding instantly with a good TP timing being used. More than half of the HP bar of Taser there is being chunked out. As however, Purple Lizards got away with getting this second Herald on their side. Foxy in general just no team. It seems to prioritize the Heralds.
Crincy, let us guess how much cooldown does Final Spark on Inspire have currently?
42.
It's actually 35. I mean, you were really close, but it's even lower than your estimate, so that just shows us Inspire can do pretty much whatever he wants. And he also went back to base. He has a full item now, and it's not even a mythic, it is just a Shadow Flame, and I think this man knows what he wants.
Absolutely, I mean, it has an anti-shield mechanic within it. After a shield on the enemy team, you get the full magic pen value no matter what. And who has a shield on the enemy team? Nautilus has one, Oriana has one, Maya has one, Xante has one. Oh. Might be a decent buy actually, so I want to let him cook, I just gotta say. Usually you want to finish your mythic items, but it's definitely not mandatory.
In the mid lane, there is certain death from Briar coming in. Stifler not dying in the engage, and this just means that Cerberus can run a rampant here. The rocket will not be enough to finish off the kill, but man, the engage itself, it looked so good, but Taser, their 13, Baumi, they are all not level 11, so their ults did not deal enough damage to find the kill here.
Well, that was just a very devastating Briar ultimate we just saw there. The fear especially, the damage isn't really the ticking point over there. The selling point for me was actually just the fear that managed to get Frere on the AD from the enemy team, who's supposed to be the backline to be right in the front line, and it was a very easy target to just bite through. And Stifler getting the kill to him means he's excited, and less excited of course are the enemy members who just have to run away from that fight, as Foxnyr Esports establishes their lead and makes it grow even further.
Yep, talking about the lead that just grows further. The Jinx Stifler on 2 full items already, and Tryron can kind of only dream about having so much gold. Stifler on at least 8,000 gold at this position. That is absolutely crazy what kind of a lead this is. And man, Inspire, I love how he doesn't save up his ultimate for a certain kill, because he just makes people reset. And with the rocket, yeah, Baumi, reset, please. No, don't, come on. Baumi,
It's 223. Oh, the
yeah,
third one.
of course, the gold pressure from the certain death is enough to find the kill. And poor Mr. Nautilus will also go back into the gray screen. Goodbye, 2 of the most important members here. Nothing to be done.
Yeah, just Inspire, very inspiring final spark, right? Chunking low, the rocket just for nice follow-up damage, and then also the third global ultimate, the certain death hitting from Cerberus, and that absolutely was certain death. I was about to defend him like jungle in 2023 is like a Pokemon Center, you just heal up back to full if you clear 2 camps, which usually is the case, but it's not the case if you just can't dodge the Boyar ultimate, so it was pretty whatever in this situation. And yeah, jungler gun, support gun, that of course means for the team that's far ahead, they can easily secure this Drake with no opposition whatsoever, and it is now a very early soul point for them.
Exactly. I'm kind of seeing a theme here, you know, comparing it to the first Best of 2 series I had the honor of casting today. Yeah, it kind of looks the same. And that's the thing, right? I feel like they are not doing any super duper mega crazy plays, but they are just playing really well. Talking about playing really well, can Rook somehow miraculously survive this onslaught on top lane? Inspire! He's here to save his teammate! Oh my lord, flashing forward, and Taylor the 13 is also here, but he realizes this teleport was almost his certain death as well. And meanwhile, Cerberus is just happily eating away on even minions.
Yeah, that was a very good chess move by the side of Foxnyr Esports, right? Sacrificing the turret to get 2 more objectives, which is other players of the enemy team, and also securing a Wook on the other side, as this top lane turret is absolutely falling. Only a sliver of HP was there anyway, the Zap now landing, and the Shockwave just to dissuade any further aggression. But I don't think they are that dissuaded actually, they just keep pushing forward, and it might just be another turret for the side of them. They are now almost 9,000 gold ahead.
Okay, they are trying to engage here, the Lizards, but man, they get massacred on this try. Certain death not landing, but it does certainly not even matter. Cerberus, he's just the cherry on top right now, and we just take the ice cream without the cherry, because the ice cream itself is 2 kills. Of course, some summoners, some cooldowns like the Shockwave, and they are actually thinking about taking Baron Nashor at 20 minutes.
They absolutely are. And the only reason why Cerberus' certain death ultimate was missing was because the target he aimed for was already dead. He wasn't feeling like missing a skill shot because he had like bad hands or something. He was just basically being pessimistic and kind of got punished for that, I guess. And that's the thing, right? In the draft, we spoke about Briar being potentially the linchpin. Now, Cerberus, he kind of doesn't even have that great of a game, right? He's low-key inting, right? But it still doesn't really matter because the rest of the map is just playing so brilliantly.
Yeah, that is true. Inspire and Stifler, they are damage machines. Basically, the only weak point, if you can call it that, is the 2 kill, 2 assist, 0 death Sion. And if that is your, you know, laning-wise biggest weak point, or the 1, 2, 2, 3 are in the jungle, yeah, things are going really good for Foxnyr.
Absolutely. I also like the thematic choice by Brook, by the way. Like, he's picking Sion because just like Brook in One Piece, he just gets to live again after death. It's why it's such a pretty thing.
Well, I also know Taser the 13, we don't really have to talk about it anymore, honestly. He just gets burned, he wanted that wave, and Foxy was like, nope, no way for you, my friend. Meanwhile, though, Schnutel is finally starting to do K-Sante things, and oh no, he messed up here. He gave Brook an opening to ult away.
Yeah, and that was the classic Sion move, right? You just scream cowards and run away with the unstoppable onslaught. That's what happened here. Oh.
Talking about fighting, there is one more fight here, but Potro dying, Baumi dying. I told you, so much damage, Pharaoh. Yeah, you can flash the skill shot, but yeah, you cannot really flash it because then you just die anyways. It all doesn't really matter anymore. Only Oriana and Schnutzel on Kaysanti are alive right now. Nobody available to defend this, this Nasher. So yeah, this is just going to be the objective. And in 1 minute, we also have the Soul.
And we do, and here we see Brook trying to take damage from the enemy team, but it's just not possible. He's just way too tanky. The hard steel Sunfire cape combination, which makes it so infinitely tanky. He just kills Oriana with the Soul Furnace. Oh my god, and Inspire just casually getting another kill. Like, all his kills are like heat-seeking missiles.
By the way, meanwhile, it's literally half a minute what we are clocking when we are talking about final stock. It's half a minute cooldown, it's 30 seconds, and it's not even level 16.
It's the like, basics there.
Yeah, I can't even think about it. Yasuo Windwall would have like higher cooldown than this ultimate at this point, and it wouldn't even help against the final spark. And
no.
Talking about not even helping, Baumi, what are you doing in the jungle? This clearly belongs to Cerberus and his team, so of course Baumi will pay with his life. And also, oh my lord!
Ouch.
Would you look at that combo? The globals are absolutely disgusting, and yeah, you cannot enter the jungle anymore.
And those are like the second most tanky members on the team on the side of the Purple Lizards, right? Aside from Gesante, like they're like the next most tanky one, and they certainly did not look tanky in this situation. As you will see, another double life binding.
Yeah, I mean, there is a fight going on. Schnutzel, yes, he is doing what I kind of thought he would do, but he gets one and then just dies. Good job on his part, but his team is just in no situation to follow up. Double kill already for Stifler, and Fire is dead, but does it matter? Stifler also dying though. 1000 shutdown is going over to the Lizards. Baumi dropping low though. Freron has to kite like it depends. He has to kite like this is the game. Inhibitor is going to fall and only Freron is alive right now.
And I think this might actually be the game, and he should have counted like it is a game, because with the Demolish Box already on the Cyan, look at this. Look at this stuff. 1.2k damage from just a Demolish. It's over.
Turrets are just... I don't even know what they're doing, but not really much. I know... they are down. Of course, now Schnutzel and Taser 13, they are respawning. They are in a position to defend their base. But man, it is 4-24. You need to somehow get those shutdowns. Brook forced to flash away. He has no coward spell available right now. So he just has to use his old-fashioned spell here called Flash. But yeah, this might as well be the fight for the soul, and this has to... Oh my god!
Jinx Rocket was body blocked, so actually the Vi can get into the Vault Breaker, or with an ultimate if she gets some vision over there. So she could go for the Suicide Steal.
I love the block! I love the block there! That was so good, and I'm telling you, Mr. Quincy, yes, the soul in theory is not too good, but it just means Schnudel cannot kill anybody anymore in this game, because everybody is just healing while in combat. And yes, certain death hits just the right member. Briar flying in there, getting support from Inspire, getting a double kill here. And this is just the game. This is nothing to be done here, nothing personal, kid, are they saying to Froiron. And honestly, it looks kind of a mental boom to me. He's just standing there menacingly and accepting the death that is coming. And I don't know about you, but personally, what do you even plan to do in the next game?
I don't really know, because this was a very convincing game won by the side of Foxnyr. Cerberus not really having his best one, as I mentioned before, but I don't want to harp on that one too much. Also, the draft from the enemy team, but it looked not bad. I was gonna say, like, Gesante, Vi, Oriana, that's a banger topside, I gotta say. Ashe as an answer against the priority from the Jinx in the early game, definitely something that can work out as well. I'm not too fond of Nautilus in general, but it's also like a fine pick. I think that draft in general was fine. They just got gapped on the Rift.
I feel like in every single aspect of the game, they got personally outplayed, and again, they got in a macro way outplayed. Foxnyr, they were just better in shot calling, in personal decisions, individual decisions, but also as a team. So honestly, how... I know that's a really, really tough question, but how could Lizards find a win here?
Pick comfort champions. Actually, maybe roll back the same draft, but ban BR instead of like one other. Maybe drop one ban that was not towards servers and hope that this one won't decide the game in the situation. Because I think you still have to ban Lilia Wenger. Maybe
Yeah,
also ban
100%.
BR and just keep targeting servers over and over because maybe he just doesn't have that good of a day as we see right now. And the BR might just be something that you could change. On the other hand, though, was the BR really the linchpin of the game? It didn't quite look as it was the case right now, right? The ultimates for the CC were basically most of the impact until like the late game where nothing mattered anyway. So this wouldn't even change too much. I think that draft was kind of fine. Maybe they're just not that comfortable themselves on those strong meta picks, and they could change it on this front. But if you're getting outclassed on the Rift like this, you just have to rely on comfort and go from there.
Definitely, definitely. It looked a bit like meta, you know. I mean, what did they do? They first picked Oriana, and honestly, of course, his performance wasn't bad, but it was just nowhere comparable to the performance of the Lux. There's so much impact on Inspire's side, and the same can be said about the bot lane. You know, they didn't look bad per se, but yeah, they also didn't look just as good. So maybe they do have some comfort pick available where they can match Foxnyr squad, but honestly, Crinzy, I highly doubt it.
Yeah, same. And also the side selections which will happen. I mean, of course, it's the. I don't know how it's in Prime League actually from rulebook out because I think it's not loser pick side for game 2, but actually like for game 1, the first named team has side selection, and in this case it's the Purple Lizards, and they just now pick blue side. So yeah, this game actually Foxnyr had the side selection actually despite winning the first game, and they want blue side themselves. So considering the draft, which was like a saving grace for the enemy team, it might get even worse in that department. I mean, or I say even worse. The draft was not bad, like, but now it's harder to have a good red side draft if you are the underdog. I gotta say.
100% what you are saying. Yeah, it is a super tough position to be in. I don't want to be in the position of the Lizards, but hey, I want to be in the position of the Foxnyr team. So, you know, good thing I chose this cast because, yeah, for them, it's just run it back, do what you've been doing the entire day, and just get another win. That is literally the strategy that they are going for right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, you talked about adaptations beforehand. I mean, we saw some bans that might just change right now because of the side selection itself. I wonder if there will be an Oriana ban from the enemy team now because Inspire's Oriana is maybe even more disgusting than its Lux. I mean, the Lux was definitely doing in the first game. Maybe also the Lux ban is possible for their side, and they are actually more okay with giving Oriana because how much worse can it really be? And they just accept that Inspire might get Oriana, and then you just pick a strong jungler away or something, or just get something that works better in your own comfort. I mean, the Cassandra looked fine, I gotta say, but he wasn't really forcing Brook out of lane or anything. I think Oriana for your own side was not really that good. You could maybe just go for something. What's good here? Maybe let's something like a Syndra or something to just have your own late game insurance in the mid lane department with another mage. That could work. Or just they had so much engage and never really come to fruition with it. Maybe just pick more damage and less of the brute force engage. Maybe just go for Jinx yourself, assuming that Jinx and Oriana get through and they pick Oriana. That's something you could go for. I'm just rolling out the list of options, and they just need to find their own one.
Exactly. It is a really tough situation that they are in. I can not, put it in any other way. So, of course, teams have to take a bit of a second to just think. You mentioned some options, Quincy, but who knows if they are also having the same options or if they are not ready yet. Either way, I know we are going to start soon, but they are taking like 1 or 2 minutes to have a last talk to their coach and, maybe talking about their options right now. I know I would want to take my time if I was in Lizard's shoes right now.
I mean, for now, I mean, that was not the case. I mean, the delay was kind of minimal. They are just now back into the draft, and as far as we know, they actually don't have a coach. I mean, at least that's what the overlay is telling me. Might just be, of course, just a limited information from our side. Either way, it starts yet again with jungle bands, and actually the same jungle bands as last game, despite the side swap overall. So, let's wait and see. I actually expect Orianna and Jinx to be both open, but I could just see Foxnyr to just pick Jinx first. I mean, they were absolutely comfortable with just giving away Orianna just now. They don't need to first pick it. They are okay with the enemy team getting it.
Oh, definitely. And this is already one of the many mental edges that you have at this point. We see some bands that we are thinking about, of course, and the Ziggs, and I love it. This is a wonderful flex pick.
It absolutely is. And the Ziggs was also banned in the first game, so let's wait and see why that was the case. So let's wait and see how that really plays out and who's actually playing it. If it will be Inspire or if it will be Stifler. And now we see the adaptation from the side of Purple Lizards. It will be the Syndra, which kind of makes me proud because I was just suggesting the Syndra. Ironically enough, they could have just picked Orianna this time, and Orianna, I think, is even more broken than Syndra for right now, so that's maybe not actually the ideal choice. I expected Syndra as an answer into Orianna, for example, because despite all the buffs for Orianna, despite Syndra getting a soft rework and not being a lane bully anymore, in theory, she's just still definitely still very decent against the Orianna pick in lane, because of just the outranging with the Dark Sphere against her Q ability for the damage department. And now they have Syndra Vi. It's definitely a good chunk of lockdown and also like kill pressure, no matter what is picked in mid lane.
Exactly. Oh man, this is going to be a really good game. Again, I really like Lizard's draft so far. Syndra and Vi, those are two very, very strong picks on paper. Talking about strong picks, we saw Jinx in the first game, and honestly, Stiffer looked absolutely phenomenal on it. So no big grudge against just picking it again.
Yeah. And just now we got the potential options already hovered, right, to play against the Vi. The Morgana was being hovered, of course, to just deny an easy season desist access from Vi onto her little sister Powder, right, to just get her out of the way, and it would definitely be a dissuasion for them. But the well actually just works fine, because it's, I mean, a support that also can prevent the Vi from just being confident to engage this, as she just now, similarly to what Nautilus did last game, right, the engage goes through, well, just counter engages and you just win.
Yeah, that is an option for sure. I mean, Trox coming in clutch here, maybe. It is pretty early to show it on top lane. I don't really know too much about some matchups, like Fiora is an absolute nightmare, for example, if you want to run with this. But we also saw that Brook is totally comfortable on many, many champions, and I probably can imagine he will be fine with most matchups.
I mean, you see. I mean, he's mostly like a Renekton Na player and solo queue on top lane, and the side we just now saw was definitely fine, I gotta say. Wasn't really winning the lane, and I'm not sure if you want to play side against the Aatrox, so is he actually the kind of guy that would just bust out the Fiora here, just because it's a counter pick, and just play carry versus carry against the strongest player of the enemy team? Seems kind of an unnecessary risk to me, but actually he might just do it anyway, so and see what he has in store. I'm just wondering though, how does it really play out right now? Because usually I remember, like, they were like, last year was Aatrox was super broken to spell around Worlds, right? You know, King in with the Worlds, Aatrox skin and all that buzz. At that time, Aatrox was so busted that Fiora players started banning Aatrox, because while you in theory counter him, he's just so insanely strong that he just out heals with the passive auto attacks, but she heals with her ultimate and the vital procs or so. So maybe right now that Aatrox is very strong yet again, Fiora might actually not be that good against Aatrox.
Yeah, well, we will see. We talked a lot about potential picks here, and I'm super, super stoked to see what is coming next. Of course, we see the first 6 picks. We also see a hover that shouldn't really mean too much, because, yeah, just some random stuff getting hovered. Yasuo here, now Lucian getting hovered. Could this be a Lucian first pick? I mean, blind pick, or like second phase first pick? I don't really think so. It could be a Varus, though. That is something that I would personally like, and indeed, there he is, our favorite Darkin bow user.
Absolutely. I mean, the Yasuo offer to me not completely to be unmentioned because it might be bait, but that to me tells me that it will not be Syndra bot lane. And before I had like the notion that it could be Syndra bot lane. With this being like the one player hovering Varus, then Lucian, and then Yasuo beforehand, it just tells me this is probably the bot lane option over there. And it's locked in like this, and it will be the Zac for the side of Varus. So more hard engage into the immobile AD carry and the Varus. And I just wonder where they are really going on the side of Purple Lizards, because will they maybe play like Varus Fresh and try to disengage the well and just destroy the Jinx in lane with like an on-it Varus? Or will they just go Varus Ashe like T1 played today and just outpoke the hard engaging well before she can really get in and absolutely ruin her day from level 1 onwards?
That would, of course, be an option. Yeah, Varus and Ashe both go lethal tempo, right? Excuse me, like a hail of blades, of course. Heimerdinger getting hovered so far, that is also kind of a really special pick. Something that can be played on top lane and support in this draft. It should be support, of course, but what do I even know? It is not going to be the Heimerdinger. It is going to be the Emilio Ronaldinho Saucer.
Yeah, the football player being played by the Purple Lizards. And I mean, Varus Milio is a very strong lane. I mean, similar to the Ashe Milio that I was fearing when that would be played last game. This goes kind of into the same direction. Very much of the range advantage you already have on the Varus. I mean, Milio just increases that with this cozy campfire, right? And giving you even more range. The anti-engage also, right? He has like reverse Amumu ultimate, right? With the Breath of Life, where he just cleanses for his own team, and especially against like Wild Zac, that seems like a very decent ability to have, even to Sign to some extent. Speaking of the Sign against Atox is definitely a masochistic matchup, I would always say, for Brook. So respects to him for putting up with that, as he definitely won't play to win lane and just play to farm up his Heartsteel, maybe get a Sunfire on top of that and just destroy in team fights, or just go for the demolish box into the turrets to just win in the Bow special kind of way.
Yeah, definitely. Some interesting win cons we have here. And yeah, of course, it is a big match. Honestly, I feel like for Foxnyr, it's the last match of the day, so they have to give their all just once more, and then they are ready for next week. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Lizards, they need this win, they want this win, and they try to pick the comfort that they need. They even first picked Aatrox really early, so we will see if it will work out for them. Of course, Foxnyr is a pretty tough opponent. But yeah, nobody is unbeatable, everybody can do mistakes. As we saw, as saddened as I am to mention it, on Cerberus' side, he did do some mistakes, some greedy invades, greedy all-ins even. And he paid for it. But now on Zac, I'm pretty sure he will just give us a clean game. He will show us that he can play way better. And of course, the lanes, they all had an insane showing so far today. And yeah, in the end, this is going to be the last game of today, guys. I hope you had a great viewing experience on the main channel and also on the Foxnyr Esports channel, you know, with both teams. So far, it has been a blast to cast this Foxnyr team, and as Quincy already said, they are kinda overqualified. At least it seems like it. I've rarely seen such a big difference in player skill, but we have to mention it. Foxnyr squad looking really strong right now. And of course, what are the lifelines of Lizards? Because honestly, the draft for Foxnyr, it looks super well rounded again. Rel, Zac, Sion, a ton of frontline, a ton of peel, a ton of N-Engage, while Zac together with Ziggs Jinx, like that alone would be enough. You only need one character to engage, and I'm seeing Zac here because of Varus and Syndra. Yeah, Syndra can try to scatter the weak Zac away, but does it really help if he just flashes after you? He uses his Let's Bounce, ults you, knocks you around, pulls you back, you know, doing stuff like that. And that's only talking about a single engage. That's not talking about Science CC yet. That's not talking about Rel's Flash engage yet. It is just a lot that you have to dodge here. It is a really a difficult game again for Lizards. I hate to say it. I liked the last draft a bit more. I thought the last draft was a bit more even. Now in this game, like yeah, Varus and Syndra, they have a lot of damage potential, but they cannot really move once they are locked down. And this is just a really unlucky fate. So yeah. So guys, we are in the game, in the last game of today. It is a 3-0 lineup today from Foxnyr, and they of course want to get their fourth and last win in. We will see if they can make it happen. I am very comfortable that they can.
As you are, and I gotta say, you might just be a bit too optimistic on the side of Foxnyr Esports. I mean, Purple Lizard's composition, it's not that bad, I gotta say. I mean, still a very good lane matchup in the top lane, also in the bot lane. I like the way that they have this lockdown, but also damage composition of the Vi Syndra to really just 1-0 someone without basically any counterplay. They can definitely wound Stiflers or Inspire's Day, and the disengage is not really that good on their side. I mean, still would have been nice to have like a Flash or Time Catch, or the Morgana that they already hovered before and really have on their hand, or the video they have themselves.
Lord, oh no! What do you mean? First blood for Stifler. How did that happen?
I don't really know. Didn't really respect the level 1 from the well and her co-workers over there, and just walking right into this super sticky death trap from Brook and the others. And yeah, that shouldn't really happen. That's definitely not starting off on a good foot for the side of Purple Lizards, and maybe I was praising the draft a little bit too much. Stifler also, which is like a disaster, he got to back and also get another long shot on top. Like, so this matchup, which is supposedly bad for him, now already looks fine for him.
Oh my god. Yeah. It is crazy how strong Stifler looks already in lane. But let's talk a little bit about jungle matchups as well, because Cerberus, he started on Raptors, and Baumi, he started on his red buff. So both junglers are going from their red buffs into their blue buffs.
You see that? It's actually Baumi going for a second camp and probably playing towards his bot lane in the long one, as he's on this side of the map at first, and I just don't know really what to expect of this Varus game. I mean, and also from Potro, I initially had high expectations because Emilio can definitely ruin Zac's day in general, but if he has such a bad start as he had this game, it's definitely not looking too hard for them. He's the one supposed to deny the CC, not the one getting caught in it. Like, even if it happens later on, right? Emilio can only use Breath of Life if he isn't CC'd himself. So he's not like the god that sends a buff CC. It's not that easy at that one. He still needs to definitely work on his own positioning.
Yeah, definitely. And the junglers, they are just so aggressive. Cerberus trying to find something in the mid lane, and then he will just get engaged on by Baumi. It is looking super hot right there on bot lane. And also on top lane, a lot of action here on the Nexus. He's just standing in the face of Baumi. Cerberus, he still has his passive, so he goes in aggressively. He will fight the kill, he will go into a passive, so not really much happening there. Man, Quincy, can you believe it? It is looking so good again for this lineup of Foxnyr.
It's almost looking too good, but this goes a little bit too easy, right? I mean, if Under Nexus just going for the perfect body block to deny Baumi, and him actually like flash wall breaking into his body, so he uses his most important defensive tool, his flash, and still doesn't get out. This is so disastrous from side of Baumi, and they managed to get the HP bar from Cerberus down to 0, but he's a Zac. He still has Cell Division, he still has his one revive passive mechanic that has a very high cooldown, so definitely something that they can punch in the future, but they still need to punch it in the future at all. Otherwise, they get no value whatsoever out of this situation.
Oh my god. Yeah. This is again going to be a tough game. We already have a 2-kill lead, but not too much elsewhere to be seen, you know? Like the last few games, we had not too many kills, but we still had like a 10k gold lead coming from seemingly out of nowhere. Now, at least it is only the gold lead that I'm kind of expecting so far. And as I'm talking about it, again, seemingly out of nowhere, we have a 1k gold lead. Where is the gold coming from out of a sudden?
That's first blood bonus, and there's 2 kills on the Jinx. That already is like 700 gold, I would say. And also like a small farm lead on her side, and they haven't really taken plates so far, so no other thing yet. Schlutel, however, might be kill number 3 if he overextends over there. But Brook is suffering from success, right? He's winning lane too hard for him to bait in the Aatrox.
Oh man, meanwhile on top lane the dive from Cerberus is coming in. Of course,
dead.
Cerberus, he will leave his life just there under the turret, and Schnutel, he has teleport, so it shouldn't be that bad, right?
Shouldn't be that bad. I mean, Cerberus just now chose death just to get Aatrox behind, which is definitely worth, as we see in the bot lane. The crossfire play is coming out, and while they don't get anything countable, they still get Summoner spells, right? It's something.
Okay, Vi trying to go again, though by me not really finding anything right now. So yeah, Stifler and Under Nexus, they are looking just fine, while Cerberus is catching up in CS in the jungle and even getting a small lead right now.
That's a small lead for them. As you see, Stifler playing with fire a little bit, needing to flash and then still just walking back up while he sees Vi is still around. Was a bit greedy for him, but he's Stifler, right? I mean, anyone who has watched American Pie knows how cocky that guy really is, so definitely makes sense for him to just stay in character for this one. As the Zap lands yet again, and it's actually Jinx outpoking the Varus over here.
Yeah, definitely. Meanwhile on top lane, Brook, coward is what he screams again. On bot lane, Under Nexus is dropping kind of low, but all he was looking for was just resetting the wave and finding an opportunity to backboard.
That happened there, as Brook sadly missed his ultimate on top lane. Looked cool, sounded cool, of course, and you need to be careful with Inspire in the mid lane. He's very low on mana. If he gets 100 mana, he should be able to cast Mega Inferno Bomb and maybe snipe Taser before he can even finish his recall. But I think he probably won't get enough mana for that one. Schnutel is caught between 2 members over here.
Oh yeah, and the big boom from Inspire's Mega Inferno Bomb also throwing back Schnutel. Baumi joining the fray though, joining the fight, and he is of course full HP. Schnutel finding the kill here, getting the last hit, and Under Nexus also here just in time to help his team. Maybe get another kill. Baumi is going to burn down Cerberus, finding the kill. He will die himself though, and Under Nexus of course has no damage and no business to keep up this fight against Aatrox.
Yeah, I mean, Aatrox was caught between 2 members, but it was like 2 more on the tanky member side, and he actually can juice up between those. And with Vi joining for the counter gank, Baumi actually did a very good map-aware play on this side. They actually managed to kill down Brook first, but Brook, of course, with his Devil Fruit abilities, was able to at least get 1 kill in return, but Cerberus falls for a second time. So in the end, worthy play for sure for the side of Purple Lizards. We definitely need to give them some credit, need to respect them a little bit more than we did in the first game. And they are showing that they are still here to play, despite getting stomped in the first one.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. What a game so far, but honestly, this looks like the most winnable game of the day against Foxnyr. It is a 3-kill Schnutel Aatrox on top lane, and who knows, maybe that is going to be just enough. But man, meanwhile on the bot lane, Stifler on 2 kills as well. Got himself the boots early, just as he did in the last game. Do you like that, Quincy?
I have no strong feelings about it, to be honest. I mean, you should just build whatever. On a serious note, Zerka's definitely very good in the sense that he can easily dodge skills like a piercing arrow. That one, more movement speed, always good to have. Here we see
Lord, look at this. Brook already finding a kill on Baumi, who will be the next one to drop. We still have a 2v2, but Inspired just too much damage, and it also means that the Herald is going over to Brook. Yes, Cerberus is not getting the Herald, but it is still going over to Foxnyr, and this is what we want to see. Not a single dragon has been cleared yet this game, but Herald is in the pocket of Brook.
Absolutely, and Cerberus is definitely having a happy one this whole day, I was gonna say. Well to die for his team, which is of course a very respectable thing, as Stifler in the bot lane. Gets caught by the chain of corruption, but doesn't really die, as Servus was giving away his life to get a kill on towards Aatrox and also the Herald, right? I mean, just 1-for-1 trade for the Aatrox is already worth, but the Herald on top is so nice for them. And so you see the bot lane gang again.
And look at bot lane, Breath of Life not really doing too much. Beautiful Q here by Cerberus. Stretching strikes really strong. Potro getting out though, and this means we might as well see a return kill. No Baumi also dropping super low. The zap will not be enough though from Stifler, and there has been a lot of hot air, but not a single kill on bot lane.
That was Purple Lizards getting away with a blue eye on that one, and there were one auto tick away twice from Stifler just getting a kill, getting the reset machine going, which would probably lead it into one or maybe even two more kills for their side, but this actually ended up being no kill for both teams whatsoever. Kind of a lucky one for the Purple Lizards, but they also played the defense kind of decently, with Medium being there for the protection and them not falling prey to the very hard engage from both Zac and Well.
Oh man. Who is going to get the first dragon of this game though? I feel like the other games were so quick because Foxnyr, they went for a really quick dragon, or like a first dragon at least, you know, to accelerate the game. I'm asking myself who really profits of a longer game here. What do you think, Princey?
Very good question actually. I think Syndra scales insanely well by now. But I also think like Brook, I mean, theoretically, right, at some point Foxy has to win it because Brook scales to infinity and beyond, literally, with his not only Soul Furnace passive on the side, like the infinite HP stack, but also the hard shields you will get later on.
What happened just there? Potro getting out of there, just somehow no thumbs up, but still he will get out. And I've been talking about dragons. I feel like there would be a window here or there. You know, might as well just give up a mid-lane wave, but no. Inspire took the top lane turret, and now Brook has to deal for his little explosive yordle, and Baumi is just not having a single defense item here. Has a lot of offense though, but he tries to get out. He uses his entire skill set to just go away out of the situation. Brook going forward and finding the CC needed for Inspire to finish him off.
It looked so cool, like the Flash E on the side and just channel together with the Q. That just being the setup for Inspire to land the last bouncing bomb for the kill, which results in another one. 0-4, not Baumi's game so far. I like that one play he did in the counter gank early on in the top lane, but other than that, not really a good showing for him so far. Gotta say, so to be fair, this is not really him playing against the 5 competition, right? So maybe cut him some slack in that regard.
Oh my god, yeah. That is so true, and slowly but surely it is going the way of Foxnyr again. A 5k, okay, 4k to 5k gold lead, depends what will happen next. And now, this is a big surprise, so first dragon of this game will go over to not Foxnyr, I know, big surprise, but over to the Lizards, and the next dragon will be a Chemtech dragon.
Will be Chemtech. Overlay definitely lying to us and showing us a Cloud Drake, which of course is a very known bug to every caster out there, who of course is not surprised by this whatsoever. No, and Objective Timers Reset does not change it anymore. Kind of cute.
Oh man.
That's kind of it's meant in a nice way, I gotta say. As here we see, yeah, I mean, of course the bot lane being able to still get some priority as in the Varus middle lane, which means despite losing lane, they could still get some control over this dragon area, which means they could get this dragon. But Cerberus is something against that.
Yeah, meanwhile on bot lane, another fight going on, finding its way into our eyes, into our spectator. Baumi running away. Maybe he wants to re-engage, he's thinking about it, he's wiggling back and forth, but no, he will charge out of there. Under Nexus so low. And of course Baumi saw that as well, but he did not want to take the risk. It is 8-5, but yeah. I still think the Lizards are in a position...
What?
How? I blinked just once, and where did the ADC Prayeron go? Also, where did Inspire go? Does he have enough damage to find the kill? He does indeed, and he almost runs away. But of course, Taser, the 13th, with his Orc Spear, will find the kill. But man, what just happened on bot lane, dude?
It was Stifler pretending Farron, I'm not gonna say it. Either way, he's just a sniper god. Getting this kill over there. Thanks very much. Production definitely trying to help me out of this one. Either way, Taser is getting caught in the mid lane as well. And this is another summoner spell gained. Immobile mid laner, definitely vulnerable to the hard engage of ours. And Estefan just getting killed, very nice for him. Very close to completing his second item as well over there. As this game slowly but surely also going out of control. Foxy now had 5,000 gold, and I don't think an Atos can get out of this one. The sweet spot definitely helping him a little bit, but not for long.
No way. It looked so good. Remember when Schnutel was 3-1 and now, yeah, he still has his 3 kills. But of course, compare his gold to Brook. And he was supposed to be the carry, he was supposed to be the hero, right? And talking about it, Raron on bot lane, he has to run away from Inspire. Luckily, Inspire does not have any cooldowns up like his Mega Dive Bomb, but yeah. If you just have a look at the gold, across the board there are huge leads for Foxnyr.
Absolutely right, 2,000 gold lead on Stifler, 1,000 gold lead on Inspire, and they're trying to make it more. In the jungle it's also around 1,000. It also just looks so evenly spread aside from the one that Stifler really has over there, so there's like no strong points they can really hope for on the side of Purple Lizards. At best case probably Schnutel, right, because he has a good matchup still and can just do stuff on this tank, but look at what now, he's never getting his 1v1.
Yep, talking about 1v1, Schnutel, he tried to be a hero again, but just no way to do just that. So yeah, also we are not on the gold anymore, but you can see what the gold means. It means most of our Foxnyr members are on 1.5 items, and of course this also means on the next backport they will have a second item complete. But man, on the Nexus just going with the Magnet Storm, he just tries to CC. There is so much CC. Potro, he cannot get away. No chance right here, and Baumi, of course, trying to defend with his team together. Schnutel, everybody's here. Freron trying to dish out the damage, and yeah, this is a good start right now. Freron will die to Brook right here, right now, and there is also another kill. Taser the 13th, getting Cerberus here, but yeah, still the damage is done. Brook, he's just playing with them. When will he even die?
No. Probably will right now. But here's another shield. Can he just walk out? I mean, his ultimate cooldown is super high. This is not to die. He's dying right now. Yeah, he's dying. Shutdown going. Also, that's Loki one strong point, like the shining light, the light at the end of the tunnel on the side of Purple Lizards. That little glimpse of hope for them. 6-0 Syndra, definitely a strong case from the side of Taser in this game. It's really just him, and he can probably not one combo the whole enemy team. At best, he can maybe just kill Stifler, and that will make another team fight somewhat close. But overall, the hopes are getting very low for the side of Purple Lizards. Actually, that's just one Drake taken in 70 minutes. That's kind of a rare thing.
Oh man, yeah, it is a tough game again. Lizards are trying everything they can. Maybe smiting away the dragon. Yes, it gets stolen by Baumi. That is a small victory, of course, and also finding a kill here on Under Nexus. So yeah, Foxnyr, they are fine, looking like they're going. Jesus, that's so much damage by Inspire, though. Everybody is low. Baumi died. Taser low, Freron low. There is the TP, and where do you want to go? Inspire, he wants to finish what he has started. He wants to find the kills. Meanwhile, Schnutel here with a beautiful flash to find his Darkin Blade, finding a kill. Lizard, they are fighting, they are clawing their way back into this game. Inspire has to find a lot of skill shots here, flashing away. He is really good at hitting those skill shots, but of course you can try to sidestep those. Taser the 13th getting zoned away from Brook here, and man, this game is just on another level. But honestly, it is looking decent-ish for Lizards.
Yeah, we just see that as long as Stifler's dead, it's actually kind of fightable for the Lizards, and that's what I addressed earlier, right? Syndra's still very fat. Stifler definitely needs to be careful that he doesn't just run into the scatter the big combos of him. And I mean, the cleanse won't really save him that one, as the damage still goes through. And the ultimate from Syndra just becomes such a delete button that needs to be taken care of. And the protection is kind of made on the side of Foxnyr, so he's definitely being someone who's very responsible in this game, or who has to be very responsible in this game. But aside from him, it's not looking too hot for them. Gotta say though, Inspire with a huge mega and further almost sprung it on his own.
My lord, 6,000 gold in the lead. Again, it is a huge lead, but it could be more if they didn't die. It is 16 kills to 12 kills. Meanwhile, on top lane, we can see another fight, and Brook, he is kind of a raid boss, but is he raid boss enough to withstand 3 people? He will not find the onslaught here, but man, Cerberus joining, Undernext is joining it so much. DC and Inspire with the damage here, finding so many big damage numbers. And meanwhile, mid lane Stifler trying to defend this turret. Mid lane turret, of course, really important one. Oh my god, Taser the 13th. He is on 8 kills right now. He is strong, and he just one-shot Stifler.
Absolutely, and he uses his teleport to get out of there. I mean, he has a very huge shutdown to protect, right? Actually, not that huge. Why is it only 150 gold? He's 8-0. For God's sake, either way, he's trying to protect his inhibitor. I wonder if Brook has to really care about his damage, and actually he does, right? Because while Brook is pretty tanky, he does not have a lot of magic with this, right? Heartsteel just an HP item, Sunfire just an armor item, Bramble West also armor. He has basically no magic resistance, and Taser, the 13th, can just shred through him with just his basic abilities.
Yeah. It is absolutely crazy what kinds of damage we have in this game right now. Taser the 13th, so strong with 2 items and almost a finished Robadon. He needs like 500 more gold, and then he is just there. But of course, Inspire going for a more defensive option. Looking really strong as well now, dealing a lot of damage with his Ludens and his Shadow Flame. But of course, also Freron soon to be on his next item, and this would also be a big power spike that Lizards desperately needs.
Absolutely. I wonder if it's enough, right? I mean, because he will be on 2 items, while Stifler's probably on 3 items, and that's definitely not a good look in this situation. And after Stifler going through the ranks, right, getting more levels onto his Q, which should be maxed out by now for sure. Will not have that much of a range problem against the Varus anymore. Oh, they caught the big one.
Yeah, Taser the 13th getting caught here. Oh my god, so much damage here from Brook on the sign. Pharaon has to flash out here. Teleport coming in as well from Schnootel. Can Schnootel be the hero now? Baumi dropping low will certainly die to Brook. Cerberus trying to catch up to Taser the 13th, but Taser is just flying away on the wings of Syndra's love. Pharaon dropping so low, and they are just going into the mid lane. Foxnyr, they just want to go on with this push. They just want to get through. They are finishing the turret to open inhibitors right now. Inspire, stop watching, aka Zoniosing the ultimate here. Taser the 13th will not be able to use his unleashed power to finish the kill.
And that's actually very huge, because the ultimate is like the very important selling point for the Syndra in general. Not getting away with a kill over there means that actually, yeah, no gold power spike for him anymore. No huge shot giving away, but what an engage!
Oh my god, what an engage are we seeing right here? It looks perfect from Foxnyr. Lizards thought maybe we can capitalize on a mistake, but there was no mistake. All I see is a 10,000 gold lead, and also I see Foxnyr waiting for their minions. 20 seconds on the main carries from the Lizards, and this is just looking super rough. Teleport to keep the minion alive, to also go further. A turret has slain on the Nexus. Who cares? Because this is the game.
Yeah, this will be the game. Looked a bit closer than the first one, but actually doesn't really look closer. I mean, actually the game felt actually a shorter game this time, but definitely this time. I really respect Noodle what he tried in the early game, and also Bobby with that one countering gank that we saw early on. I gotta say, overall, this was just an outclassing from the side of Foxnyr Esports. They show why they are so strong in this league, but gotta say, for the Lizards, also we have seen from them that they deserve to be in this Division 5, and I said before, they look on paper like one of the stronger contenders, and they still might be, right? I mean, this is just almost not fair to play against this team, and this is not really one fair judgment point to really have a good assessment of this team in general.
Definitely. And I think they did great in the last game, right? They of course did some mistakes, but it's really tough to not do any mistakes against this lineup here. So yeah, of course, I also heard that we are going to have an interview, by the way. So don't go anywhere just yet, because in just a few seconds. Perfect, perfect. So, hello, Mr. Inspire. First of all, how are you feeling?
Hello, guys. I'm feeling pretty fine. I think the games went super well considering how little practice we actually had this week. We we only scrimmed on Tuesday, actually, so it was really like no scrims since then. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy with how we played considering that.
I mean, the official games are like practice games, right?
I mean, sure, but nah,
Oh
it
my
was
god.
not that easy actually. Too, they played pretty well. Like the Syndra played really well the last game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Was there ever a point in the second game where you felt like, I mean, like the last game now, where you felt like you kind of lost control a little bit and you were a bit worried about winning, or not really?
I mean, not really, because even though Syndra was like 7-0 or 8-0 or something, I think I still had more gold than her because I got literally like every turret in the game. So the only threat on the enemy team was the Syndra, right? And a little bit of Aatrox, but still, like they had very little gold to actually like be able to contest us in any way, I think.
Perfect, perfect. So let's talk a little bit about, going down further the road. Where do you think are you? Of course, you're gonna go places, but what places are you gonna go with this Foxnyr squad?
Well, you know how League of Legends works. Teams tend to break up really quickly, right? So I can't really speak about like next split and stuff, but hopefully this split we manage to promote to Division 4, right? And then what happens next is, right, like maybe some people want to change team, some people might stay, right? So I can't know what's gonna happen down the line, but I would hope that I continue playing on in the Div 4, and then maybe we get to Div 3 eventually.
Correct.
Why is there such a huge focus on the six pickup instead of something like Noriana, which was left open for the second game?
So I mean, we were kind of scared of the enemy ADC picking 6 himself because
Oh.
we didn't really know what we would answer today with against the Ziggs. So it was sort of a takeaway, and at the same time, it's winning into both Orianna and Syndra on mid lane. So I think it's actually a pretty good pick on B1.
How is this Orianna and Syndra matchup, by the way, for now? Because it used to be, from what I recall, be Syndra favored when she was a lane bully, and now she got the mini rework and Orianna got buffed. Is it now the other way around, or is it like a skill matchup? Or what's your opinion on that?
Well, I feel like right now it is a little bit Orianna favored,
Hmm?
although it's still a heavily skill matchup, right? Because it's involves a lot of skill shots and zoning and everything. So yeah, I would say it's a high skill matchup, but slightly Orianna favored right now.
Thank you very much.
I see. So yeah, I just want your favorite looks quote in your favorite looks voice. Do you play with voices on?
I do play sound on, yes.
Double rainbow. What does it mean? Which one is your favorite? Come on.
Hold on. Maybe once I play Elementalist Lux, right? So she has different quotes, and when you switch into the dark mode, into like after you pick up either it's fire and water or it's I guess it's nature and air. I might be wrong here, but
Hmm?
whatever, right? You get the dark skin, and she says something like. Well, when she slides, she says something like, "I'm gonna kick you screaming into the light," or something like that, and then she completely switches personalities and starts talking about dark shit. So I think
Okay, okay.
everything about that is really nice.
I see. Interesting. Well, I know what I will have to look up later, talking about voices and the Elementalist skin. Thank you so much for having you in the games, having you here in the interview. And of course, Quincy, if you have some more questions, and of course also Mr. Inspire, if you have some more things you want to say, feel free.
One more question, maybe on the enemy team. Would you consider them like the strongest opposition you had so far in the group, or what they have a stronger team?
I'm not actually sure if there. I think the opponent that we had second was a little bit better elo-wise, maybe, but like team-wise, I'm not really sure if this was the best that we're getting, because there might still be some matches coming up that are harder. I'm not sure.
Okay.
And from me, I don't know. I'm looking forward to next games, and I'm looking forward to showing off more picks than just Ziggs and Lux. But I mean, I think you enjoyed Shyvana a little bit.
Oh yeah,
So-
oh yeah.
For sure.
Is that was that? I mean, honest, was that kind of troll-ish, or is that a serious answer into Jace?
It's not exactly an answer into Jace. It's just the team comp that we had. There were actually very little like optimal picks on mid lane because we had Rengar. So we kind of wanted something that has like heavy AP burst, right? But at the same time, it couldn't be a peeler exactly, right? Because we still needed that damage. So Rengar loves like Ivern, loves Karma, loves stuff like that. But then we would need more AP on the team. So I kind of figured that I would just pick something that has high burst, and this was a pretty good spot for Shift since they really didn't have that much threat in the jungle. And even though like Jace could get some prio before 6 because the nature of the matchup, right? Like Shyvana can't really do much all that before 6. I didn't think it would make that much of a difference, so I just locked in that and had some fun.
Perfect answer. So, guys, I hope you all enjoyed today's day. I hope you have a great start into the week, and I hope you follow everybody like Quincy, me, but of course also Foxnyr on Twitter, so you stay up to date when the guys will play their next games. This means, guys, if you follow them on Twitter, you will also see the next streams, and I know it's only going to be better. You heard Inspire himself. We will also face some stronger opponents, and of course, you don't want to miss it. In that case, have a great start into the week again, and see you next time.
Listen to your heart.